So, good morning and welcome to Monkhouse on Mondays. I'm joined again by Lesley. I promised her that we would follow up our conversation that we had about Trafford Leisure. So, Lesley, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great today. You know, the sun is shining. I'm exercising every day, David, as you know, which keeps me mentally and physically well, which is very important.
Absolutely. It's surprising, isn't it? I think I'm lucky enough to live in a lovely part of the world. So exercise has been something that actually has been used to balance my work day, give me a bit of that freedom, a bit of that thought process time. So yeah, it's been really good. So the reason we're having this follow-up conversation, Lesley, is because of the stuff that you alluded to when we talked about Trafford. So I know you as an individual have been on this digital transformation journey for a long time. But what does that mean for Trafford? How have you applied your knowledge to what you do at Trafford?
I think for me, David, you know, there's the old way of selling, which is very much face-to-face, and then there's the digital way of selling. And we had to look at a way to combine both because people still like that touchy-feely face-to-face interaction, naturally. And there are those who just want to buy quickly and buy online quickly in the most quick and efficient way as possible. So we had to make sure that we married the two together. And first of all, we looked at the websites, what needed to change. So for Leisure, as an example, we needed a new website, much more modern, a much more cleaner website, and a website that enabled our customers to find things easily and quickly. And we used a product called Hotjar, which enabled us to watch the user experience through the website and also get feedback as well before we made any changes. It was also important that we got feedback from our staff as well, because it's their shop window. You know, it's really important that they're involved in their shop window and how customers use it and experience it. So from feedback, we then started to design the new Trafford Leisure website. And we changed the digital buy-in journey. It was far too long initially, and we looked at what the competition were doing as well, budget, you know, right through to boutique. And we started timing how long it would take to purchase a membership, and we realised it was just too long, so we needed to shorten it quick. And we did, and we made it much easier. But then as we evolved, we thought there must be another way to make this slicker and better and to sell higher priced memberships. With greater value by adding value to customers, because our facilities are ageing, apart from our new one, which is more Wormston. So we needed to look at how we could get people to still pay a good price. So we changed it again, and we worked with Big Wig Media. I don't mind sharing that with you all.
Yep. Partner of ours. Mm-hmm.
And we looked at a much more efficient way of purchasing membership online and changed it again, and it's quicker and efficient. And we just during the whole digital journey, we started seeing more and more people purchasing memberships online as opposed to going into the centres and meeting a membership consultant, if you like.
Yeah. No, it's really interesting. Sorry, go on, carry on.
And then there's the app. There was a question, do we buy an app? Do we not buy an app? And we thought, well, you know, we're going on this digital transformation journey. Let's do it. And you know what? I'm so glad that we did, because we're using the app now to send out push notifications to all of our customers. Some are members, some are not members. And I'm just so glad we did, you know, rather than just should we or not. I'm so glad that was a purchase that we made.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think, you know, during the conversation there, you talked about a number of measures. You measured the experience of people using your website. You then started looking at how long does it take to create a transaction. And the analytics of digital is really interesting. You can get some fascinating stuff out, or you can just go, I've got 1,000 likes or 200 shares. So what are you doing around the analytics?
Well, there's so much to grab, you know, from Google right through to Facebook, Instagram, the whole from your app as well. So we needed something that looks at everything in one place, and we decided to go with Skype, I think is how I pronounce it. And forgive me, my Geordie doesn't always read words too well. But we decided to put everything in one place. So rather than report, a Google report, take 3 hours. We can just create the most amazing dashboards quite quickly, and it enables us to be agile at a time like this and make quick decisions and adjust the sales where we need to, and do the right content. And marketing is all about testing and measuring everything that you do, and if you're not measuring, you don't know whether it's working or not. You just assume, oh, by putting some content on social media, it's good, going to win people over. However, the analytics will tell you whether that's right or whether that's wrong, and you need to change. You need to change things. The website is, of course, an important platform to put your content on now. And what we're finding is that the authentic content is the most engaging content, not using party content or rehashing old content. This is new, fresh content, which is aligned with how customers are feeling and behaving now. And that content is coming from our people, from our experts, our instructors, our gymnastics, through to swimming, through to fitness. It's important not just to concentrate on fitness. You know, we're bringing the leisure centre to the customer, and that includes different aspects of activities that we're offering. And it's been really interesting just to see the interaction that people are having online, just with the comments and how grateful they are that the Tracys and the Emmas and, you know, all of the people at the front line are really making a difference to people re-engaging. So we're looking at returning customers to our analytics. Who is returning to the videos? That's a really important analytic. And then storing those videos on the website so customers can go back to that website and do the video again. So we're looking at returning versus new customers on our website. We're looking at how social is driving people to our website. We're also looking at the duration, the length of time people are spending on the website, and we're finding this longer around the articles and the blogs, which is great, and of course watching the videos to work out. We're also looking at the bounce rate as well on the website. People bouncing off. If you've got a fantastic content page, you certainly don't want people landing on it and then bouncing back off, unless they suddenly find something quick that they're looking for. They'll bounce back off. But generally them to be on the page and using the page, and a jar enables you to watch how they move around with their mouse on that page and look at where their interests lie, which is really important. And then of course, you know, how many new likes, how many new shares, how many new followers. You get a fantastic look at how you are engaging with your customers through and what is causing that engagement, and that's really, really important. And as I mentioned earlier on the previous podcast with Joe and yourself, it's something that you should be looking at every single day. Of course, you can get top level analytics for the board of directors or for the senior team, but when you're working digitally, it's really important that you go as deep as you can and seek to understand. We've changed the class timetable online twice already. We've had 2 fresh ones, and we're not going all out and putting too much out there. We're getting good feedback from customers before we make any changes at all, and that in turn increases the engagement. If you're asking your customers what they want, then you get the engagement that you want.
Absolutely.
You know,
I totally agree. It's about listening to your customer. It's about doing something about it. But what I really like about what you've just said is that magical link between authenticity, about using your people to do these things, linked to the digital platform. Because I think often organizations don't combine the two. It's either very digital and it's very external content being pumped in, or it's very amateur without the really understanding the analytics that sit behind it. So I'm really pleased that you're doing that. And I suppose that makes me think, well, okay, so what have you learned? So how are you going to apply this when we get an announcement that we can start reopening and doing something different? So what are you going to do differently as a result of what you know?
Well, I think what we would like to look at is how we take this content forward, our digital content forward. And my belief is, I think it shouldn't just be added pages to your website. I think that what we've created is a gem, an absolute gem of resource and information, and a new way of connecting with our customers. Our websites, for example, are already set up with blogs and news. So why have an extension of that? I think this platform has value. I think the content that we've created has value. And from a search engine optimization perspective, you're putting words into that content that people are searching for. So brand engagement, if you have more organic search, people coming to your site, then yes, do more of that content. And that's certainly one thing that we will take forward. A typical landing page can have a bounce rate of 70%, David, whereas if you've got really, really good content for brand engagement, you're looking sort of 40 to 60% bounce rate, and you want us connecting with you. So that's certainly something that I'll take forward. And the other thing is bringing in your people and bringing in your experts and getting them to contribute, you know, rather than having a blog expert write something about nutrition or that's and PR. My goodness me, PR! What an opportunity now for PR. Everything's about COVID, and we are thinking every day about that next PR piece. We work very closely with Big Fish, who are fantastic, as you know, Abby.
Our partners as well.
Yeah. They are always very, very excited by the amount of PR opportunities that we create before the crisis, but during this crisis we took our foot off the gas at all in relation to PR. And again, I take that forward as well. You know, I think a lot of organisations are frightened to spend money on PR, and it's just great for reaching new audiences and also giving your customers that reassurance that that what you're doing is helping the community, is helping them.
No, I totally agree, and I think that's a really interesting point to end on, because it's something certainly we've been trying to do, and we obviously work with Big Fish around PR as well. But it's not just about your current customers or your past customers; it's actually new partners as well. And it's about, from your point of view at Trafford, it's about making sure that your partners and those potential partners know what you've done and how you've achieved it. And I think you've done a fantastic job. So, Lesley, I'm really pleased we took the time to have this conversation. Thank you so much for your time. I know you haven't exercised now for 30 minutes, so I think you ought to get off and do something, all right? You take care, Lesley. See you.
Thank you. Bye.